There's a phrase echoing through the Pentagon's halls, a whisper that's become a raw assassin's mace. It sounds like something from a kung fu film, but it's very real and very terrifying. For years, it was just a rumor, a ghost story in military circles. Analysts found it buried in Chinese documents, heard it from Beijing's generals, but no one knew what it really meant. Was it a code name, a metaphor, or something more? The uncertainty itself was a weapon making the West nervous, imagining the worst. While America celebrated its dominance, biggest carriers, fastest jets, China quietly sharpened its blade. The assassin's mace isn't a single weapon, it's a philosophy, a toolbox of strategies designed to turn America's strengths into weaknesses. It's how David plans to topple Goliath, and in this story, we are Goliath. China has spent decades studying exactly where to strike. The age of comfortable superiority is over, the game has changed, and we're only now realizing the rules have been rewritten. The assassin's mace is about surprise disruption and ending the fight before it begins. It's not just a threat, it's a new way of war. The West is waking up, but the secret is already out. The whispers have become a warning. The question is, are we listening, or are we already too late? So what is the assassin's mace? It's not a single weapon, it's a concept from ancient Chinese folklore, a hidden trump card. In modern terms, it's asymmetric warfare, using surprise and disruption to cripple a superior foe. China realized it couldn't win a head-to-head fight. So they target the systems that make the US military function: satellites, carriers, networks. The assassin's mace is a collection of tools to blind and paralyze America's digital nerves. This is offensive strategy, deterring intervention in China's backyard, especially over Taiwan. It's a high-tech keep-out sign. The assassin's mace is the ultimate deterrent, designed by a nation that studied its rival with surgical precision. The assassin's mace turns strength into weakness. It's not just a weapon, it's a warning. Let's talk hardware. The assassin's mace is a shed full of terrifying tools, not just one weapon. First, anti-ship ballistic missiles, the infamous carrier killers. Imagine a missile screaming down from the upper atmosphere, targeting a carrier with pinpoint accuracy. Then, cyber warfare, the digital mace, capable of shutting down power grids, scrambling markets, and hacking military networks. Next, anti-satellite weapons. China can destroy or blind satellites, leaving the US military fighting blind. And don't forget the silent threat, ultra-quiet submarines able to slip past defenses and strike at will. Each tool is designed to paralyze, overwhelm, and confuse. Together, they form a multi-pronged assault. Missiles, cyber attacks, space weapons, submarines. The goal: cripple a technologically superior foe before they can react. It's not about numbers, it's about precision and surprise. The assassin's mace is a strategy, not just a weapon. It's a new kind of warfare, and it's already here. The US military's greatest strengths are now its biggest vulnerabilities. The game has changed. Now, speed China's hypersonic weapons redefine it. These aren't just faster missiles, they're a quantum leap. Hypersonic glide vehicles travel over 5 times the speed of sound, maneuvering unpredictably. Existing missile defenses can't keep up. In 2021, China tested a hypersonic weapon that circled the globe, stunning US intelligence. While America fought old wars, China built the future, a weapon that can strike anywhere, anytime, with almost no warning. Imagine being a US carrier captain. By the time you detect a hypersonic missile, you have minutes, if that, to react. Defenses are too slow, countermeasures might not work. The result? Billion-dollar ships become sitting ducks. Hypersonic weapons are the ultimate assassin's mace, guaranteed to hit, impossible to stop. They turn America's symbols of power into liabilities. This isn't just a new weapon, it's a new era. The US military's dominance is no longer assured. The rules of engagement have changed. The future belongs to the fast and the unpredictable. The question: can we catch up, or are we already too far behind? For decades, the American aircraft carrier was untouchable, a floating fortress. China built the DF-21D to change that, the world's first anti-ship ballistic missile, the carrier killer. Fired from deep inland, it arcs high, then plunges down at supersonic speed, guided by advanced sensors. Intercepting it is nearly impossible. The impact alone could cripple a carrier. This single weapon creates a vast no-go zone for US carriers near China. Now, admirals must think twice before risking a $13 billion ship and 5,000 lives. The DF-21D doesn't need to be fired. Its existence alone changes strategy. It pushes the US Navy further from the action, limiting its reach. The carrier killer is the perfect assassin's mace. a threat that shapes decisions before a shot is fired. The balance of naval power has shifted. America's greatest asset is now at risk. The era of carrier invincibility is over. The rules of the sea have changed, and China holds the dagger. The most potent assassin's mace may be invisible cyber warfare. China has built a state-sponsored army of hackers mapping and infiltrating Western digital infrastructure. Imagine before a missile is launched, the lights go out, markets freeze, phones die, chaos and panic, society paralyzed before the first shot. China has likely planted digital bombs in critical Western systems ready to be triggered. The US military's networked edge is also its Achilles heel. Hackers could feed false data, disable targeting, spoof GPS, or unleash viruses to halt operations. This isn't theory. It's already happened. F-35 blueprints stolen, government databases hacked. China has been preparing the digital battlefield for years. The digital dragon is patient, gathering strength in the shadows. When it strikes, it will be with code, not bombs. The devastation could be just as real. Cyber warfare is the new front line. The West's reliance on technology is now a risk. The next war may be won before the world even knows it's begun. The assassin's mace is already inside the wires. Where does this leave us? The world once assumed American military power was absolute. The assassin's mace has shattered that illusion. China is not a fading rival. It's dynamic, advanced, and ambitious. Hypersonic tests, aggressive maneuvers, relentless cyber attacks. These are warnings, not accidents. China is showing the world that the old rules no longer apply. The era of uncontested American dominance is ending. This isn't just a military problem, it affects global stability. The assassin's mace strategy could embolden China, especially over Taiwan, risking catastrophic miscalculation. If a US carrier is hit, escalation could be immediate and devastating. We are entering a new, more dangerous era, and the West is unprepared. The wake-up call is here, loud, clear, and urgent. The arms race is on, in space, cyberspace, and at sea. The assassin's mace is more than weapons. It's a declaration that the world has changed. If we keep sleepwalking, we may wake up to find the fight is already over, and that we've lost. The question is not if, but when. The world is watching. Are we ready?